going to know what a scale is.
Right.
To get through the dance, you have to count.
Yes.
Most 8 count, 16 count, once 32 count. Well, we're counting. And they listen to that rhythm. I've seen people can dance, like Lila can't dance. No rhythm.
Yes.
But if you can count and you listen to me, you're going to get through it. And every movement is a count.
Right.
So if you have 35 movements in one count, we're going to slow this down and understand that every movement is a count. Even if it's a rock, it's a count. And so that's how I kind of teach in my class. And so it's not really about knowing how to dance. You're going to get your swagger once you do with repetition.
Yeah.
But to learn, you need to learn the count technique, the moves, and how they come together.
Right.
And that's how I teach the classes. But yeah, mommy is a dancer. She did line dancing, and my dad always had music. And music was a part of our lives growing up. We in West Indian, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
music is a part of our lives.
Mom goes by what name?
Lorna. Her name is Lorna, and my dad is Bill.
Bill. Artist.
No. So Artis is my ex-husband's last name.
Oh, okay. So you got the artist from that connection.
Yeah.
Okay,
so my Jamaican last name is Hartley.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Hartley.
So how do you balance what you do? Because tell us about the senior side of what you do here. How do you balance both the dancing stuff and
Well, my job is just, like what I do for work. I just do my job.
Yeah.
Okay. That's just what that is.
Right.
But everything I do outside my job is, what I love to do.
Right.
And recreation as a whole, I've been in recreation my entire life.
Right.
From high school, because I actually worked in high school in recreation. Then in college, I worked as a counselor back home. And then like I said, my degree's in physical education, so I was a PE teacher. Right. I was a health educator. I worked from home as a health educator. And then when my kids were in high school, my son was going into 3rd grade, I went back into recreation to be around my kids.
Right.
So they can come to the centers, and still be a part of my life, because that's the main thing. My job was a parent first.
Yeah.
And I dedicated my life to my children.
Yeah.
And so any job I had to be able to incorporate them. Yeah. And so we do programming. So, I'm the type of person, I want to, whatever is on trend, and dancing is on trend. Stepping is on trend. And those are trend things that people want to do right now.
Right.
Because of COVID, I believe people want to get out and they want to do things.
Yes.
They want to be active. They've been by themselves. They want to be social.
Yes.
And I think that's why around the country as a whole, dancing, anything that's active has become tenfold. Not just here. I think everywhere. Everywhere it has become tenfold, because people are eager to get out the house. People are eager to be with other people.
Yes.
Eager to be more athletic, more wellness, and that's the goal. That's been my life's mission, to develop wellness lifestyle among the people I deal with. Seniors here, therapeutic special needs here, but everybody as a whole. Because in Gainesville sometimes I work with a group there called Smooth Flavor Gainesville.
Right.
And their mission is to deal more with STEM and raising money for those kids to go to school, but it's all through dancing.
Right.
It's all through dancing.
Right.
And so sometimes I go up there and I assist them with that.
Right.
So it's just not the senior and special needs. Every aspect of my life is dealing with dancing.
Yes.
And that's with every population that I deal with.
So how often do you conduct these classes?
So I teach 2 here in town, and I assist 1 in Archer, Florida.
So the 2 in town, this is at the Ed Krusky?
No, at New Mary Sue Rich Center.
Okay, okay, the Mary Sue Rich
Center. And
Center.
then I assist 1 a few times a month in Archer.
Right.
And that's at their community center they have there. That's the Diamond Divas and Gents. That's a line dance group they have there.
Oh, okay.
And then once a month up in Gainesville, they teach classes all through the week, the week there. But they have this family and friends that they do on Sundays, once a month. And I go out there, I try to go out there as best I can. And it's just not me, it's a lot of other line dancers from around the North Central Florida come together to support that group there. Because like I said, their mission is to assist kids going to summer camp. Right. So it's a really good dynamic. And then I go to Jacksonville a lot. They have a lot of pop-up classes there. And a lot of instructors and their students come to those classes in Jacksonville. So I tend to go to that as much as I can. So, but those are the places that I kind of teach. I teach here, I teach in Archer, and then that once a month thing in Gainesville. If I go up there, I will assist the instructor there. All of the instructors that come usually, she allows us to always come up there and teach, to assist her, because anybody can come to those things. So I teach those 4. And then, like I said, sometimes some of my friends around the country, they'll say, hey, I got a workshop, can you come out to that? And I'll teach there too.
So you have your own YouTube. And is it where you have to subscribe, or
so you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like I said, it's LaToya. Subscribe to the YouTube channel on Instagram. I believe it's LaToya on Instagram, and on Facebook it's LaToya.
Okay, so all of it. Okay.
All the same.
So Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Yeah, it's all LaToya. And like I said, most of the dances that I teach are beginner friendly. Most of the so anybody can go in there and really find a dance. And really, like I said, a lot of it started, I only started posting them because my students wanted me to post them. They wanted, because they kept saying, hey, I want to learn this, I want to practice this at home. So I just started posting it so that they can start practicing, so they can see it. And then other people just started really, say, hey, and liking them. But it really started with that. But, and then actually one dance I created called LA Whoa, which is a gospel song. And actually the artist who sung the song got wind of it, and she actually posted it on her page. Believe it or not. Oh yeah, it's called LA Whoa. It's a gospel song. And she saw it. I tagged her. Didn't think she was going vibe to us. I tag folks all the time, and she put it on her page. And people loved it. And that's called LA Whoa.
LA Whoa.
Whoa, WOW. Walking on Water. That's the name of the song.
Walking on Water. And who is this artist? Who is this?
I think it's Lena Bird Miles.
Lena Bird Miles. That's interesting.
Yeah, My Block, I believe she's a part of, out of LA, if I'm not mistaken, a gospel. Mary, she's on their same label. And she got wind of it and put it on her page last year.
So your love for dance is making its way into communities. Into the lives of other people.
Never didn't think it would.
That's beautiful. Again, like I said, it's LaToya Artis. No T.
No T. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming on. I mean, marvelous story.
Yeah. I didn't think it was that great of a story, but the way when you put it in words,
I mean,
just doing what I like. That's it. Just doing what I like.
So, if you had something to share with the young folks coming up that see this interview and would like to do what you do, I mean, what would you say to them? How to go about that? Any words of wisdom that?
The main thing, like with my kids, my children, I always kept them involved and volunteering. And not just hanging with your age group, being able to be involved in many age groups. And so when you're involved in many age groups, when I say many age groups, I mean your age group, somebody older people, your parents, just mingling and volunteering, being in your community, being a community advocate. And a child can start that early. That is how you're going to open your eyes and broaden your horizon to other things. That's the only way. And so volunteering is free. And that's my children. I always made them volunteer. I made if it was my son, to this day, I can guarantee he hates to get up in the morning with me to volunteer, but I make him do it. I signed him up for stuff. During COVID, he was handing out food. When the girls were younger, I made them volunteer, beautifications. You're going to do something. You're not, and any child can do that.
Of course.
If they live in a housing complex, they live in school, if they have a church, if they have some type of religious organization they go to, that organization is doing something that you can get involved in.
That's right.
And that's going to open your eyes to something that you did not see yesterday. And then when you get involved in that group, they're involved with probably another group. And so then that's going to say, they're going to notice you're doing this as a youth. Well, help us here. That's going to open your eyes to something different. So the key is getting involved. Our youth have to get outside the house, leave the television, put down the cell phones, and get involved in your community. And that is something I made my children do growing up. Anything I was doing, you were doing. There was nothing that I was doing they could not be a part of. And that's the main thing. Our youth have to get involved, have to be community advocates, have to be entrenched in your community. And the way you can do that is through your school, like I said, through your religious organization, through whatever groups. Your parents are part of something, I'm sure of it.
Of course.
Your community, even if you don't have parents like that, if you live in a housing complex, many housing authorities have activities that they have to offer their community.
Yes.
Can I volunteer to help you do that?
Exactly.
You know, can I volunteer with card games? I can give out the juice. You're going to meet other people, hear stories. That's the key. Our youth have to get involved. You got to keep them going. That's going to keep them out of trouble.
Yes, exactly.
Idle minds do what? We know the saying.
That's right.
Exactly.
You can't get better than this, folks. I mean, get involved. LaToya, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Get with line dancing. Yours truly, Sean Thomas with Ocala Arts and Entertainment Podcast. Peace out. Be safe.